Hi, Twin Flames. Welcome to your lunar eclipse reading that is for the blood moon lunar eclipse on September 7th and 8th. It sounds very eerie, blood moon, but this lunar eclipse is bringing forth a lot of purification. And so to enhance our reading, I chose these two delicious decks. We've got Moonology and Work Your Light Oracle card. So what happens during an eclipse is the Earth's shadow actually blocks the moon, blocks the sun's light shining on the moon. And the Earth's shadow is very big. And so you can see a total lunar eclipse from almost everywhere. Whereas with a solar eclipse, the Earth's shadow being, the moon's shadow actually goes in front of the sun, blocking its light. And the moon is small in comparison with the Earth. We got some cards coming out. Oh, we got 5. You know, I don't usually do 5s. I do 2s and 3s in numbers, but I'm feeling it this time. Let us clarify with the light, what light does. The song, if you've ever heard Clair de Lune, classical piece. Clair means light. Clarity. Let there be light. Let there be light shown on the energy of twin flames at the moment. So lots of energies around eclipse season. It's all about something kind of blocking you and then unblocking you. So what happens during an eclipse, and it happens over the course of a few minutes or hours, is that part of the object in the sky gets blocked by a shadow, and then it becomes unblocked as the celestial bodies revolve. So let's find out what twin flames are blocked in, what you are blocked in who are listening to this, because this reading is very specifically for you, and how we're going to get unblocked. That's the clarity card and the moon card. So we're going to see what kind of story they tell. Okay, we got 3 of these guys. Let's go ahead and see what the board is bringing you. We're going to talk about all of these. Okay. All right, we got both Leos. Interesting. We've got a Scorpio. We've got a Virgo. We've got Pisces. Okay. Don't worry, I am going to bring out all of these cards for you so that you can see them. There we go. And we got some clarity. Okay. All right, let's see, twin flames. What's going on? Let's start off with the Leos. That jumped out at me first. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. And confidence is your key to success. The new moon in Leo. So these two things are both talking about the same energy, but just in a positive and negative light, right? So you don't want to be arrogant, but you neither do you want to be too meek, okay? So on your twin flame journey, it's important to be a learner. But I have found that because I am a Leo, where I was kind of trying to overcompensate with, trying not to be arrogant, trying to be very demurred, very like a humble learner, right? But I also knew things, and I kind of pretended that I didn't, and that kind of hurt me because I wasn't being myself. So these 2 cards really, twin flames, are really about you accepting yourself and loving yourself and really committing to yourself. Really saying that what you believe and what you think is real, especially as it pertains to your twin flame. So don't forget that. All right, let's go to our next card. It's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. It really feels like there's some negative vibes going around that you've actually accomplished a lot in releasing negative vibes, but there's like still kind of like this hanger on. I get like an urchin or like some kind of barnacle energy. Yeah. There's like you have some barnacle energy in your union, whether that's around you or your twin flame. It's really one and the same because you are one soul. You're basically two copies of the same soul blueprint, right? And somebody has like it's like somebody wants to come along for the ride. Maybe it's an ex, maybe it's like an energy, maybe it's a pet, maybe it's a family member. There's like someone that's trying to like get in on your union, like to ride to like a stowaway, like a stowaway that's like, oh, I want to go there with you too. No, you can't, because your union with your twin flame is just you and your twin flame, right? And everybody has to, generate their own energy with God, right? Like your source is inside of you. You are not someone else's source. And you don't have to be, I feel like telling you guys this, like there's some of you that have been kind of like, let's give alms to the poor kind of energy. Like, oh, that person doesn't have anybody else here. Let me help them out. Or, oh, like there's this pity energy. And I don't know where this is coming from. I'm channeling it. So there's something going on in your union where one or both of you are pitying someone that's trying to jump in the ship and catch a ride. And you don't need to pity that person because they are a child of God too. And they have the smarts and wherewithal to find their own path. They don't need to tag along with you. It's not appropriate in your union. Let's look at this one, a time to give rather than take. So a lot of you who are watching, and I look at my viewership, a lot of you are divine feminines, and you're learning about what it means to be a divine feminine. It's about receiving and then overflowing into the world, right? So a lot of divine feminines have grown afraid to give because, first of all, you're kind of misconstruing this like giving and receiving thing where you're like, oh, I only receive. Well, yeah, divine feminine energy does receive, but you also overflow into the world. Think about how a flower receives the sun's energy and the energy of the soil and the energy of the water and then transmutes those into a beautiful blossom that opens and gives beauty into the world. Like that's divine feminine, right? What I see a lot of people, divine feminines, doing is kind of like not even opening your blossom and like guzzling water and then becoming like so bloated because you're not giving, you're not radiating, you're not overflowing into the world. And so the feminine has been hurt here where you've been like kind of like an overgiver, and that's kind of like going along with this barnacle energy, something I picked up, I guess. But it's time for you to learn how to give truly. Okay, so if you're a masculine watching this is actually really important for you because your energy feels the best when you give. When you give to another, whether it's to a feminine or to your children or to your work or to the earth or whatever you're giving to, it's going to make you feel energized to give, right? Masculine and feminine energy are not necessarily associated with physical gender. So, for example, you could be a masculine energy in a female body, but for the most part, it mostly aligns and matches up with physical gender. But it's not always the case, right? So, if you're watching this and you're curious about whether you're a masculine or a feminine being, then look at how your energy naturally feels alive. Do you feel alive when you've received and then you're blossoming? Do you feel alive when you're giving? Now, a lot of feminines have been overgivers to kind of compensate, or maybe somebody has told you that you need to give. And I know personally, I have gotten burnt out before because I was, and I'm working on it, an overgiver where I thought that I had to give and give and give so that I would be approved and liked, and so that I could prevent someone from leaving, or this is the big one for me, I would give to somebody else to build them up so that then they could help me. And it was like, it was kind of a messed up thinking, but this is a subconscious mind, right? You don't really control that until you become aware of it. So giving It's time to learn how to give in a real way, okay? Meditate and contemplate. So there's something about giving. This is the new moon in Pisces. Giving where you're giving from a place of peace, where it doesn't feel like you're helping someone else to kind of like push them along so that then they'll stop bothering you, or maybe you're scared that they're going to fall down on their face and you're like, okay, I'll walk their feet for them so that they don't learn to walk themselves, right? This is about meditating and contemplating is about trust. So you have to trust others, that you have to trust the divine in others, that barnacle person, whoever it is. Trust the divine in them, that they have the capacity to live their lives, right? You don't need to worry about them because they are also connected with God, because God created them too. All right, let's look at our clarity cards. Here comes the light coming back in. The Age of Light, Imrama, and Answer the Call. So we've gone through our eclipse, right? We've gone into the blocks. But what's happening here? So all these blocks that we've talked about, and I want to read the bottom of the cards for you because it's really interesting. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Imrama, where are you being called to journey to? It's like questions. The Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Okay, so something's coming up, you guys, where all these blocks, and they to me, this energy, the blocks that came up when we were looking at our eclipse energy, those didn't seem like ground shaking energies, but they are. Like, these are patterns that you've held on to for a long time, like second guessing yourself or being arrogant, two sides of the same coin, having someone, that you need to release, or someone or something, and then, giving from a place of peace. Like, I feel in the middle carries the most energy in this particular spread that I've pulled. I feel that when you release this negative energy, maybe it's not a person, maybe it's an energy or a thought pattern, that everything's going to come online for you, and you're going to like start to live not with your physical eyes, but with your heart being your eyes for you, your heart guiding you to what you're designed to do, or to where you're supposed to live, or to who you're supposed to talk to, right? This goes for your twin flame journey as well. Like, what is your soul calling you to do? Where are you being called to journey to? Could be an inner place. So your soul is calling you. You can only feel your soul when you're quiet and you sit and you meditate and you wonder, what is your soul calling you to do? You'll find out by how it feels in your heart. Your soul is always at peace. Your soul is always at peace. So you know that where you're supposed to be is where you feel the most peace, the most peace. And so, twin flames, I will leave you with that. Think about your twin flame. And if you're not feeling at peace with your twin flame, you want to ask yourself why. What is blocking you from feeling at peace? Because your twin flame is your divine counterpart, and they are one with you. And so when you heal what's out of alignment with peace on the inside, this naturally magnetizes your twin flame into your life to be your partner in the physical world and in the realms beyond. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope you enjoy the lunar eclipse the 7th and 8th of September. Bye-bye.